Hello, and welcome to the Penno Channel for this match preview for Aston Villa versus Wolves in the Premier League on Saturday. I'm joined here with my bro to go through all things Villa regarding the game and how Wolves have been getting on as well. But before that, if you could like, subscribe, drop comments on your thoughts regarding this preview, as well as any other thoughts you have regarding the game. Also, please share around the content as much as possible. And finally, if you would like to become a member, click the link in the description below where you'll have the opportunity to do so. So, bro, how you doing? It's Friday. The work week's nearly over. Football is back tomorrow. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm doing good, bro. I'm feeling good, man. Looking forward to seeing Villa play tomorrow back at Villa Park again and hopefully just getting another win, bro. How are you?
Yeah, doing good, man. Again, still buzzing off the game on Tuesday against Young Boys. Great performance, 3 points. It's looking good in the top four in the Super League table, which it kind of looks like currently. We're in the top four, and all things look good moving on to Bayern in the Champions League. But we're back to domestic action, back to domestic football. And we entertain Wolves at Villa Park. Now, there's no love lost between Gary O'Neil and Unai Emery. We all remember from last season, especially at Molineux in the 1-1, the whole handshake debacle. There was no love lost there. We kind of settled the score at home with the 2-0 victory, with goals coming from Moussa Diaby and that looping effort from Ezri Konsa, if you remember, in the second half. So we go into this one, 3 wins out of 4, or could have got something out of that Arsenal game as well. The performances have been good. If you look at our underlying numbers, we're in the correct position in the league in terms of XG, XGA, and X points as well. So to follow that, we're looking for 3 points hopefully on the weekend.
Have a guess. How much money do you think we won for that Young Boys game?
Isn't it something like one point something mil, 1.7? Is it?
You're just on the ball. You are, man.
Oh, I did.
1.7.
Yeah. Big
1.7. The one for that game, and then it's 1.9 if you finish top 8.
Mad.
So, hopefully, but yeah, I actually forgot that Unai Emery and Gary O'Neil had beef that one time. I was actually at that game, and I could see what was going on after. But yeah, crazy. And Gary O'Neil is coming under a lot of pressure. I've been reading some of the Wolves fans' opinions on him, and whilst they're back their manager, I don't think they've won a game. I think they've won one game at home to Luton in like 16. So they're going into last season as well. They're under a lot of pressure, man. But I just think if we can play our football, and if we can, impose our style on them, I think we can win, bro. We just got to be careful of their counterattacks.
Yeah, let's have a look at Wolves, because I know a few Wolves fans as well, and obviously their record since the end of last season and beginning of this one isn't great at all, as you stated. I think it is 1 win in the last 16. But having looked at their fixtures initially and the start to the season they've had, it's not been easy. So they've played Arsenal away. They lost that one 2-0. They had opportunities to get back in that game as well. They played Chelsea at home. Now, 6-2 on paper looks like an absolute demolition job. But when you look at the stats regarding that game, I think Wolves had more shots. They had better XG as well within that. It's just Chelsea were very clinical within that game, and Wolves had large spells where they were in that. You go into Forest, who are flying at the moment, got a victory against Liverpool at Anfield. They drew 1-1 at the City ground. And then their recent performance against Newcastle, again, a game which I think they should have minimum got a point from and could have got a victory from as well. They had big moments in that game where they were on top, especially the end of that first half, the second half of the first half, should I say, the last 25 to 45 minutes. So I could think Wolves can count themselves unlucky as such that they haven't got more points. Their signings that they brought in Andre, who's highly touted for his spell within Brazil. They brought him across, so they have him to bolster their midfield that has like a Bellegarde and João Gomez and Mario Lemina. But yeah, bro, they had to replace Max Kilman, who went to West Ham this summer, and they bought Mosquera, who's Colombian. He's kind of like a DM, but plays as centre back as well. And I think he's been one of their best players currently within their system that they've signed. And he looks like he's going to be a decent player and develop into a really good player. But apart from that, they're operating with the same players. Obviously, Pedro Neto went to Chelsea as well, which is a massive loss. But yeah, your thoughts on Wolves, bro, and their start to the season in that regard?
Yeah, I like Mascara a lot, and they've had him for a while now. I think they signed him in 2021 from a Colombian team, but he's been out on loan to Villarreal and other clubs as well. And yeah, he's really comfortable on the ball. So I don't know what he was doing at the Emirates with them antics with Gabriel Jesus. I don't know if you saw that ball.
He was doing it, and then did he?
He was doing an entity to McGinn, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on this season.
And then did he?
He's all mad.
Yeah, facts. You don't know what's going on.
You're a joke, by the way. Like, yes, I did clock what you just did there, but yeah. Anyways, Wolves always have like those out there signings, and a lot of the talent in their squad's actually decent. Like, not to glaze them, but like they've got talent all around. I was watching the Newcastle game. I was like, you know what, this squad's pretty good. They got João Gomez, Andre, like you said. They got Aït-Nouri at left back, who I rate quite a lot. He pushes on into midfield. They've got Larson, who looks like a good player up front. Then they have other guys as well in their back four, like Mosquera that you spoke about. So it's going to be a tough game, bro. They're talented. It just hasn't happened for them yet. And I don't know your thoughts on Gary O'Neil. I think Gary O'Neil, like last season he didn't have a pre-season, so he was quite unlucky in that sense. But his underlying numbers weren't great. Like, even when he was at Bournemouth on X points should have gone down. Like, they were the bottom three team. Wolves, again, were like 16th, 17th, I think. So his underlines have never been that good. But we'll see, man. Results haven't happened for him yet.
Yeah, Strand Larsen's another one you mentioned. I forgot that left's coming as well as a striker.
He's a baller.
So yeah, he looks a good player as well.
We were linked with him, weren't we?
Yeah, we were. I think we were linked with him, and then the next day Wolves signed him as soon as the story broke, or they agreed terms with him anyway before the signing was made permanent. But yeah, it's a weird one because there's a bit of discourse within, between Wolves fans as well about the shape and system that Gary O'Neil's adopted. He's now playing with a 4 at the back currently, and there's been potential calls for him to go back to a 3 or play as a 5. Now, I don't know if it's something they're going to persist with playing this 4. Of Dawson and Mosquera at centre backs, and then you've got Nelson Semedo and Aït-Nouri as your fullbacks. But yeah, they're kind of in a conundrum of whether do they revert back to playing the 5, will they get better results from that, or do they stick with this 4 and playing with that back 4 and then the 3 midfield, and then obviously up top you'll have Larson, and then playing off him potentially you'll have Hwang, who hasn't hit any form recently. They've got Guedes, who's back as well, who played in midweek against Brighton in the League Cup. So they have got a number of options and players that they can play. I think they're just looking for it to get it right and to get the perfect fit going forward. But yeah, I do think they have a number of really good players within their squad, and maybe it's falling on the manager a bit currently why the results aren't coming. Obviously, Matheus Cunha, another one as well. How could I forget?
Cunha's a player. Cunha's a player. So that's what I mean, man. They were a threat, and we're gonna have to be on our A game, just on transitions. I think they got that speed to attack us. I think we're gonna have most of the ball. I think we're gonna create lots of chances. But yeah. Anyways, on to us, though, bro. How do you think we're gonna look for the game? Bailey trained abroad. He didn't get any minutes though. So he's been well rested. Finally got his trim that he's been hiding under those hats. Don't know if you've seen that.
I haven't seen it yet. No, I haven't seen it yet.
Got a trim, and guess what the first comment is?
Wow.
DURAN saying, "Finally, you're no longer ugly."
This guy, man.
Like, these guys must be thinking, why did we tell this guy to start improving his English, man? Because now he's just got the sharp tongue.
This guy's just terrors. It's just terrors everyone.
No one can say anything back to him at the moment.
I know, yeah. It's mad.
But yeah, so Bailey might get some minutes. We still haven't heard about Philogene. Philogene's not in training. He didn't travel, so we don't know about Philogene's fitness. Kamara and Mings are still in training, not ready to play, I assume. We'll find out later today. Cash still out, so do we just go unchanged from the young boys team? Does Matson maybe come in with like Wolves having like big centre backs? Maybe we might not cross into the box as much. I don't know.
For me, I think we go unchanged. Personally, I think that there won't be any changes. Maybe the only one is Lamar Bogard. Now, does Unai just trust him again and start him again? We'll see. Or does Diego Carlos come in and do we play Konsa at right back? I think that will be the biggest change if there is any. I think Matty Cash is back in training as well now, isn't he? So he'll be soon back in the squad soon. Maybe this weekend. But yeah, I think the only change potentially will be Lamar Bogard. I think the remaining big changes will happen against Wickham in midweek. But yeah, I don't know your thoughts, bro.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Cash is ready just yet. It was a hamstring injury. Initial was like 3 to 4 weeks, and that was since the Arsenal game. So depends if he's had any setbacks or whatnot. But yeah, he's been doing gym work, but I don't know if he's actually trained with the team yet, or if he does that today for the first time. Hope Philogene okay, man. He's had a weird start coming back to his Villa career. Hasn't really got off the mark yet. Like, he hasn't really had consistency with injuries and stuff. So hopefully nothing's too bad with him. Hopefully Ramsey as well went down with his ankle injury. He did play on, but I haven't really seen him in training pitch. I've seen him training in the gym, but hopefully Ramsey's all good as well, and Watkins. So I'm looking forward to the game, bro. I think we're in a rhythm now where winning games, we know how to win football games under Emery, even if we're not at our best. And I just really hope that we can just continue it, because if we beat Wolves and then we got Ipswich away and then into Bayern Munich, like, these are some big fixtures coming up soon.
Yeah, it's really an opportunity to put a real stamp on the start of the season, isn't it? With those fixtures, and not going to be easy tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be easy at all. I think Wolves are set up to, in a tight box. I think they'll play. I wouldn't be surprised if Andre João Gomez and Lamina all start.
Yeah. That's another player. Lamina.
Yeah, and they really tighten it up in the middle of the park, and trying to restrict us playing through them. But yeah, I think they can transition well on us with Matheus Cunha. I think he's a very good progressor of the ball. But we'll just need to play our game, try and break them down, and I think use the width. I think he can get at Nelson Semedo at times as well. If Nate Ait-Nouri is fit to start, because he did pick up a knock last week and he didn't play in midweek, when he's up, he's going to be used to get forward. He likes to find those pockets or come into central areas, so there will be space on their left hand side as well, which we can exploit. So yeah, and even if he's not available, it will probably be Matt Doherty. So you will be looking to attack Matt Doherty and really get at him as well. So I think out wide we can
carry on.
No, I was just going to say out wide, I think we can get at him.
Yeah, because
maybe Leon Bailey might come in because of that reason.
I was looking at their right hand side as well. Semedo got injured against Newcastle. Now I don't know how bad his injury is, but I know a lot of Wolves fans are not that over the moon about Doherty, how he played against Newcastle in that cameo. So that might be their weakness. Boy, with Ramsey, maybe Maatsen or Dean combining, that could be our way to get to the byline and cut back for Watkins. But yeah, I was just looking at another midfielder like Bellegarde as well. Their midfield's actually quite decent looking at it now. Players. They've got, I think I like every single one of their midfielders. Like you said, and then they've got Tommy Doyle as well, who comes on sometimes, is a decent player. So I think you're right, but I think it's going to be probably a bit tougher than I originally was thinking.
I think it's going to be a tough game. And they'll be looking at this one. They need to get points. I mean, 1 point from 4. They're looking. They really need to get points. They've gone out of the League Cup as well in midweek to Brighton. Yeah, I think it's going to be difficult, and we're going to have to be on our game this game to get all 3 points. That's for certain. And they'll probably look at us and potentially think, well, we conceded 2 to Everton, 2 to Arsenal, and conceded goals against Leicester and West Ham as well, yet to keep a clean sheet. So they'll know that they can get at us as well. So yeah, I think it's going to be a tough one. But I'm hoping we pull through and get the 3 points, because 12 out of 15 points is an unreal start, no matter who you've played against. So yeah, bro. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I just want to touch on Morgan Rodgers' comments this week. He's been talking about how he can't hit like a barn door, and he thinks like he knows like the goals are there and they're coming, but he just hasn't fell for him. And yeah, I'm predicting him to have his explosion this weekend. He's a Baggies fan.
Fantasy as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do get confused and think he's a Villa fan. He's not a Villa fan. He's a Baggies fan, but obviously he's Villa now, like to us. But yeah, he's gonna want to bag against Wolves big time.
Yeah,
he's gonna want to put on a show against Wolves.
Hopefully, see some of this.
See some of them that shiver, bro. But yeah, as long as he gets a chance.
He's been so unlucky not to get any JA. Like, so unlucky not to get a goal or assist so far. It's mad. It's mad. But yeah, I hope it does come from him, because he's the one player who hasn't, in the attacking areas, who hasn't got any goals or assists yet. So yeah, Morgan Rogers, I think that's the one to get on the score sheet or get an assist at least for the weekend. And anyway, bro. Yeah, go on.
More thing, bro. Your opinion, Duran, does he start yet or still no?
I still don't think he starts.
Okay,
I don't think he starts yet. I think he starts Wickham, and then we go from there. But I think he'll be an impact sub again on the weekend. That's if Ollie's ankle's okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. More, it depends on Ollie's ankle. We'll hear later today, innit? But yeah, if Watkins is fit, I'd be the same, bro. Like, Duran, I love you, but it's so awkward at the moment, this predicament we're in, where it's like Watkins doesn't deserve to be dropped. Duran deserves to start. Vargas doesn't deserve to be dropped. It's like, what can we do? You know,
it's kind of, why would you change the formula as well when it's working?
Yeah.
Like,
but then I guess people would argue, is it working if Duran has to come off the bench and score all the time?
But then they'll be like, is the impact subs the reason why it's working? And if Duran's starting,
I meant more in the sense of the game. I meant more in the sense of the game not being wrapped up before he comes on. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, there's different ways to look at it, but yeah, I think Ollie starts if he's fit. But Duran ain't far away. He ain't far away at all, as we all know.
I mean, if that young goal's good, bro, I think, man, especially the way it went in as well.
The technique.
It's a ridiculous goal. A lot of people, a lot of strikers have been saying that finish is harder than the Everton one.
Mm. Who are these strikers?
Well, Ali McCoy's a striker, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said it. I'm pretty sure another striker, I think, was it Crouch that said it? Someone else had mentioned, like, that's a way tougher finish than his one against Everton, because his first time, he keeps it low, and the curl on it is just a joke.
Yeah, man. Just get a win, Villa. That's it. Just get a win on the weekend. That's all I ask, man. That's all I ask for. Anyway, bro, thanks for joining. Thank you all for watching. Again, if you could subscribe, let us know your thoughts in the comments about the game on Saturday. Also, please share the video around. We appreciate it. We're trying to grow the community. And if you'd like to become a member, please click the link in the description down below. Bro, thanks for joining. Up the Villa. Let's hope we get another 3 points against Wolves tomorrow.